My name's Tris, and I'm here today to take you through our new conference planning solution within Sourcescrub. I'm really excited to show you this today. It's something that Sourcescrub's been unique for many years, and we've now really taken it to another level with this release. So, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, and we'll jump right into it. So, we now have, for anyone that's seen Sourcescrub recently, you probably will have noticed or be familiar with some of these other aspects, but yeah, we now have the conference planning solution to really take our conference data that's been totally unique to another level and help support user collaboration, and also just to really manage conferences a lot more efficiently and be aware of upcoming ones that you should consider to potentially go to meet up with your targets. So first off, I can really easily manage conferences, and particular conferences that I want to go to, through this area here. So what you can do is you can create lists of specific conferences. So for example, here you can see I've got a number of different lists that I've created, and you can add reviewers and due dates to really drive workflow and collaboration around reviewing which conferences you should go to for particular sector focuses or for particular teams. If you have a growth team, a venture team, and like a mid-market or large cap team too. So you can really segregate and split out the different conferences that you may go to, and then really easily manage those and see those conferences within a specific list. So I can see my conferences here, and right away from this screen, I can see the events, where they're happening, the status that we've marked it as, and also how many companies are appearing at those conferences too. And then just at the click of a button, I can actually jump into one of these conferences and then really easily filter, rank, sort, prioritize targets. And the idea is that all that hard work that people often do if they're not using Sourcescrub, normally the hard work is done very manually. You'll look through conference lists, you'll try and cross-reference with any platforms you already have access to or any company databases, and then kind of try and identify which companies you want to meet up with. Sourcescrub's done that hard work for you already, and then you can very quickly and easily have a look at these companies. We can even see why they're there, why they're at the event. So we can see their affiliation, exhibitor. It looks like for most of these, we've got a couple of companies that are there because they have a speaker, for example. And you can then very quickly, the click of a few buttons, narrow the view of this world down to understand which companies fit within your investment thesis that are attending these particular events. And because Sourcescrub, our kind of number one use case is deal origination, we'll also provide you with executive contact email addresses as well, so you can reach out to founders and CEOs ahead of time and hopefully book a number of meetings as well. Sourcescrub also makes it really easy as well for you to discover new conferences. And so just at the click of a few buttons, I can set some preferences around what conferences I want to see. So I can choose an industry. But here I've just actually said, just show me the conferences happening in the future. And these conferences are fully scrubbed. And what that means is normally 3 to 4 months in advance, we'll scrub conferences and complete the list. And then for future ones that are further out, we'll have those in the platform as a holding place, but they'll be set to queued. So they're not yet fully scrubbed because the conference is kind of still being updated in terms of who's going. So I can also see as well really quickly and easily, hey, look, how many companies are going to these conferences, but critically, how many companies are we tracking in our CRM that are also attending those events? So through Sourcescrub's powerful two-way integration, it's really easy and efficient to understand where your companies, where your targets sitting in your CRM are attending in the future. So it's all about helping you hunt down your targets, prioritize conferences, and see where they're going, and hopefully break through, stand out from the crowd, and build that face-to-face relationship. Something that customers are absolutely loving, since we just recently released this, as well as the conference schedule that you can set. So you can see in a nice, easy calendar view, and you can create some filters as well. You can see which conferences are happening in the future on a calendar view. And then again, just at the click of a button, I can get some high-level information about those events. So I can decide if I want to further investigate those conferences. And I can see we've got 122 private companies going to this particular event out of 274, and actually 12 of the companies in attendance are actually synced with the CRM as well. So really efficient and easy to see the conferences that are coming up, and understand and collaborate as well across the team if you've got a number of people that are attending different events across the sectors or across the globe. And when you jump into a particular list where you see there's companies attending from your CRM, you can also use the powerful two-way integration to actually filter specifically to those and bring information from the CRM into the view of this world. So I can actually choose some filters and fields that sit in the CRM, and I can actually then see those here in this view of the world as well. So I can see right away, okay, great, who owns these accounts? I can see them in our CRM, but who owns them? What's the status, etc. So it's a really powerful integration there as well. Now, this aspect is something that's completely new and part of the new conference planning application. And this is something that is proving to be really handy at helping you to gain deep insight into where your kind of targets are going, not just the targets in your CRM, but the targets you're adding to lists within Sourcescrub. And you can then see which conferences you should probably attend that you're not already attending. So the idea is this is going to use the information from the companies you're looking at and you're tracking within a list, and it will then surface upcoming events that it thinks you should probably consider going to. So you can see here, for example, that 38 out of 689 companies from my Azure partners list are in attendance of this particular conference. And I can see how big is it, how big it is, and I can then jump straight into that list as well if I wanted to. If I think that actually, yeah, this conference looks good, I've got 9 out of the 100 companies from my peptide list going to this particular event, I can actually tick it, and then just in a matter of seconds, I can mark it for review, and I could also add it to my conference list. So I then know, okay, great, that's going to be added to the list, and that's going to be one of the conferences that I'm going to track and probably attend as well. And not just on top of these explore recommended conferences area, you can also receive an email digest that would summarize to you upcoming events based on preferences you've set. So you can see new conferences that are happening in the future without even having to log into the tool. You can just get sent an email to let you know about upcoming events you should probably consider attending. And the idea is it's all about helping you to keep abreast of what's going on out there in the market, what events are happening, where the companies that you're tracking are going, and really give you that future insight to hopefully stand out from the crowd. As we know, super competitive right now with origination, especially even in the lower to mid-market space. There's lots of dry powder. So trying to meet up face-to-face is becoming more and more critical. And we're seeing more and more of our customers really leverage conferences as a way to differentiate and stand out from the crowd.